Hi, I'm Ricky from CETV, and today we've got with us Todd Shilkin from Seriously Funny.
Thank you, sir. Nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you for coming along.
Pleasure.
Hi, welcome back. Today we're looking at the HCX2000 Panasonic camera with Todd.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it. At the moment you're shooting on S5s, Panasonic S5s.
Yeah,
so
I've got
a little bit different.
S1 is my main camera and S5 is my second. The
Yes.
S5 I'll handheld or put it on a gimbal or a monopod.
Yep.
And funnily enough, sometimes I've taken to, if I just want to do a one camera thing, I'll just take the S5.
Yep.
But generally S1, S5. So
Sure.
my initial thought was something like this wasn't for me. And funnily enough, I started when I was doing videography on an AG AC90,
Yeah.
which is not dissimilar to this.
Yeah.
Bigger and heavier, but small sensor. And a lot of features packed in. So initially I thought, well, I don't know if this is for me because I'm shooting on DSLRs, or mirrorless. But what's interesting about this camera is it's extremely light and compact. And in fact, that's got the
you can remove that, the XLR audio.
So you can take the XLR audio off. Funnily enough,
Even smaller, wow.
yeah, even smaller. But what's very interesting to me about this is effectively it's a DMW XLR1, which I've got as a XLR. It's a dual XLR unit that I've got as an add-on to my other cameras.
Panasonics.
I've actually moved on to using a zoom because I want more inputs, and often. If I'm shooting like in a music store, which I am, you just need, different pads and different things. So, but the minute I put this on, so I had no hesitation I was putting this on. The minute I put this on, it makes me shoot differently.
Yeah.
Right?
Because something like a zoom would be quite bulky. This is, pretty handheld.
Yeah, I just wanted to hold it. So, few interesting things about it, why I would like it, and I'll tell you, I think there's a way I would use this when I shoot. Why I would like it. First of all, no lens cap to lose. Second of all, unique feature. Flip that out. Yep. Turns it on.
Yep. Very easy.
It's on now. It's ready to go. I wanted to spend a lot of time with this. To be honest, I've barely scratched the surface, and I just apologised to Howard and said, mate, look, I didn't get into the menus and the text as much as I wanted, but I used it how I would use it, which is,
and for someone who hasn't used it very much at all, you used it quite well.
Yeah, I stuck it on auto, I aimed it where I wanted it, and I recorded it.
And let's not kid, this is a prosumer camera, so this is, for the high-end guys, but also for people that, haven't used it before.
Yeah.
Whacked it on auto and away you went.
Do you know what I think? I actually think with this camera, if I was shooting on my S1 and I wanted a second camera and there was someone around that I knew that kind of knew a bit about this stuff, I wouldn't be comfortable handing them an S5. I would definitely be comfortable handing them that. I would literally hand them that and say, go and point it at the people, and you can. Its eyepiece comes out, so you can use it that way. You can hold it down low and get nice low angles towards the ground. It's very light. I feel for me that just the way I can move that is much smoother and nicer than an S5. Yeah. It's got image stabilisation, which looks pretty good.
Pretty outstanding.
What's quite interesting, I don't know if you'll pick this up, but if you have a look, so it's all on auto, which is including ND filters, built-in ND filters on auto.
Yeah, wow.
If you can see that screen there, you'll see that it actually is changing exposure, everything's sorted for you, totally auto, and it's pretty quick. Yeah. So you move, and I've got some footage I'll show you. I was outdoors and I moved from light to dark and whatever. To me, this camera excels outdoors, right? Yeah. If I was shooting weddings, I'd have that as a second camera, an outdoor wedding. I probably wouldn't take it inside the reception or the chapel or church or whatever, but outdoors, I'd be quite comfortable handing
This
that to
maybe
someone.
can do the talks at a wedding or something like that. You can just leave it on and leave it go because it does record forever.
Correct.
And the battery life is on these sort of cameras is way better than DSLRs.
It's amazing.
They come with an AC plug. You can plug it in the wall, set and go.
Yeah,
leave
doesn't overheat.
Yep. It does have a fan in it as well.
I'll be honest, this is how I shot with it. I said to Howard I would take it to this shoot I was doing on Monday. And I took it to the shoot. I was in a very small room, and it was dark, and I had the S1 and the S5, and I thought, oh, I don't know this camera well enough to want to put the S5 down, so I want to set this up as well and handhold the S5. I looked around, did I have a tripod? No. Did I have a gimbal? No. I swear on my life, this is what I did. Right, here's a multi-flash stand, a little small rig, I don't even know what you call this, swivelable head.
Yeah, swivelable head that shouldn't really be putting any sort of decent equipment on, but this camera being so light, and this is all you had,
yeah, this is,
you know, you couldn't do this with...
I couldn't believe it was going to work, right? I thought, this is a stupid idea. This is not what this, sorry, look at me being clumsy. This is not what this is meant for. There's no way this will work, right? But check out, this camera is so light that I literally did this. I pointed it at the person.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's not bad, right? In fact, I think I even had it up on a guitar amp.
Yeah, right.
And I was pointing it down at the guy playing guitar.
Yeah, wow.
Even on an angle down. I'm like, how is that not flipping? It's quite, I mean, that's how light. I don't know what the weight of this is because I'm not a specs guy, but I just know, I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
I just did it backwards. Not even...
we do recommend tripods.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely tripods, but you know, you didn't have one at the time. This is all you had. So
it was just
you had to improvise and light, discreet and portable. Yeah, wow.
What I did once I then got what I needed with it is I picked it up again and I handheld it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done it a disservice because there is so much packed into this. What this looks like to me is a 50mm lens, a zoom lens, a light, by the way, a light,
inbuilt light,
a light, a zoom or an XLR adapter
it's even
recorder.
got a little hot tube on there. You could add another bigger light or something like that.
It's all of that stuff built in.
Yeah.
Right. Same with the focus. I'm like, well, I haven't read the manual. I'm going to assume that if I pick that up and I want to autofocus on Ricky, I touch his face. Let's see what happens. Where did I touch his face? I'm trying to do it without looking.
Please
touch your face. Oh, I'm not recording. Here we go. Let's record.
Please don't record and touch my face.
It's not doing it for me now. That's so annoying.
Look, the autofocus on this is really good. I think it does have, face detection.
It did have,
yeah. So it'll track you very, very well.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't have enough light, again, using a bigger light on top would help.
Yeah.
But you know, grab and go, having a small light inbuilt, having everything inbuilt, things you can't do on this, like a DSLR with internal zooming, smooth zooming at the pace you want to do. So you can do those pulls.
This
you can be very creative with it as well.
Now,
manual rings.
They've got a zoom on the top as well, and I just found that actually the way that's weighted.
Yeah.
You kind of go, oh, that's a really slow zoom in.
Yeah.
That's like really nice.
Yes. And then you've got the quicker one. I think the rocket down there does a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
So you know, you've got two speeds there, certainly. So you know, creativity factors there. It's got manual rings on the front for focus, for aperture. So it's like I said, a prosumer camera.
Yeah.
Where someone like you know, using that sort of equipment, you know, can still use this in its full glory.
I would take this, as I said, if I was doing anything outdoors, I'd take this as my second camera. Indoors, the only problem with it is the small sensor and the noise.
But you did some of that. You did shoot some low light stuff.
What was interesting was I thought, okay, I know this is going to be an issue. I know this is not exactly what this camera is built for, low light. I didn't have massive lights on, but I took the footage, I got it home, I'd underexposed it because it was automatic, and I thought, right, if I bump that, it's just gonna get noisy. So I'm in DaVinci Resolve. I literally clicked over to the color tab. I went to the noise reduction. I did about 30 seconds, like tiny little adjustments. And it's cleaned up.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm going, oh, you could use that. Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't want to go to that problem.
Camera you need lights with, but yeah.
It's not like it wasn't usable footage.
Correct.
It was all usable footage, potentially using the camera in a way it was never intended.
Yeah, correct.
But if you're outdoors, and I just shot some outdoor stuff to test, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, it's very, very clever to me. It's got other things in it like you can do streaming from it.
Direct streaming?
Direct streaming.
To
you
YouTube
can control
and all that
it,
sort of stuff?
Wi-Fi control it with an iPad. All this stuff that I didn't touch. All these user buttons too, which you can set for very quick, at your hand, bang, bang, bang. Don't have to delve into menus. Really designed, to me, it's just a point and shoot packed full of feature.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a point and shoot where you can shoot. I mean, it shoots ABC HD, it shoots MP4, it shoots MOV. It's got a lot.
It goes right up to, just having a look at the specs, it goes right up to 4K 60.
Yeah.
You know, at 422 10-bit internal, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So, you know me, I'm not a spec guy, and when I got onto the Lumix and it's 422 10-bit internal, I'm like, big deal, what does that mean? It's numbers, right? Until you see that colour, right?
Yeah.
And then you realise, oh, there's a reason that colour, I mean...
So you're talking about, because these days that sort of is important, 4K 60, the 10-bit's very important with videographers these days. They can mix this in with whatever they've got.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not an expensive camera, it's prosumer, but it goes right up to professional level. Chuck it in with other camera, or just a videographer on a trip, you know, doing some vlogging, high-level vlogging, take you from starting to know nothing to carry you right through to, I know what I'm doing, you know, I need something that's powerful, and this does everything.
Yeah, look, and that's one of the big things for me. When I shoot, I do a lot of retail stuff. Concept Music's one of my clients, and it's a retail store. You've got to be in and out quickly. They're trying to serve customers. It's a music store, so they're playing guitars and, you know, pianos and whatever. Now, S1 and S5, because I don't do this all day, every day, the setup for me is 15, 20 minutes.
You do need a lot of gear with those sort of things.
You need a lot of gear, and I'm there for
filters
15, 20 minutes setting things up. Now, I could
take
walk in with that.
So that's your gimbal.
Yep.
That's all your batteries.
Yep.
That's your audio.
Yep.
With light if you needed it.
Yep. And
all
about
in one
3
package.
lenses.
That's 3 lenses.
Yeah, or 4 lenses.
All in one.
So to me, you could walk in and shoot that, bang.
Yep.
It really becomes attractive for that.
You and your little flash stand there, that's your tripod.
Yeah. No, and look, and I think the other thing, if you need to be in and out of somewhere quickly, if you're trying to do documentary stuff and you want the moment to be natural, you can't say, just a sec, I'm just going to set all this up. You just pretend like...
Which lens are you using? You know,
that's all over the place. If you've captured someone in a moment that they're ready to talk to you, you do all of that. They're no longer ready to talk to you. They're now nervous.
You're not
they're
showing
now
a
thinking
big camera in their face either.
Correct. It really for me feels like. I mean, you could almost stand talking to someone and be talking to them like that, getting a slightly up shot of them, and I'm looking at you in the eye. I'm not even. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd feel confident to stick that autofocus on.
That's not making me nervous at all. You are, but the camera's certainly not. So.
Always make you a little bit nervous, Ricky. That's why we like each other.
But yeah, look, this camera's amazing. You know, Panasonic really do pack some features into them. They really do look after the people that buy their equipment. You get a lot of features that other cameras don't do. You know, and in such a small packaging size. Everyone needs smaller. Everyone needs to travel lighter. You know, the airplanes and everything are not taking, you know, big packages. You take all this, you take this, that's it. Some light aircrafts that only take 10 kilos, including your clothes. Yeah. You can't take your camera gear, what are you going to take?
I'd really love to know the weight, because I'm not a specs guy and I don't know the specs, but
it's a little finger weight.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what weight it is? Todd's not a big guy.
Look, it's
his little finger.
Let's be honest, it's second finger, because at middle finger it was tipping a bit, but at second finger I can quite
You're not even breaking a sweat.
I'm not even
at all.
A sweat.
At all. It's hot in here and you're not even breaking a sweat.
Yeah, no, good camera. It's interesting when you look at this, because my thought when I first got it was, why would you choose a camcorder now? And I can see why now.
Yeah,
you know,
not a lot of people do, but they really are still relevant and still very powerful for video. You know, sometimes you do need a DSLR for things, or a mirrorless camera for certain things, but these are just still grab and go.
Yeah,
and the quality is amazing.
What we haven't got mounted on here too, there's a little microphone holder clip to mount up on there.
So yeah, you do.
So you could have
that's your XLR audio there, right there.
You could just walk in with you know, a Rode shotgun mic or something. Bang, you're interviewing someone in 3 seconds.
An XLR is very important in video.
If you want to shoot a current affair footage, right, where you rock up to someone and they're, mate, why have you, and you're chasing down the street, you can't be adjusting things. You just need to
grab and go.
Grab and go.
And you can run. You can chase people down with this. You can chase. Not a problem. Could you chase people down with all your DSLR gear, your backpacks? How many bags do you take to a shoot?
Two large bags to a shoot. Yeah,
correct. Yeah. So I could sell you one of these nice and cheap.
Nice and cheap, and I can run down the street. I can run down the street chasing people.
I don't think a current affair is still on, are they?
Are they? I don't know. You could run down the street filming that way.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's unreal. Almost pocketable, but not really.
Should I patent this as some kind of tripod stand?
The Shilkin.
Shilkin tripod stand. Yeah, I should patent that.
The seriously funny Shilkin tripod.
Bit of ProMaster, bit of small rig, bit of Shilkin, all mixed in. There you go. Swivels. You can pan. You can pan. Tilt pan. Look.
Mate, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
No one's thunk of this.
No one's ever done this before.
We're breaking grounds. Panasonic breaking ground with cameras. You're breaking cameras using flash equipment as tripods.
Oh, yeah, that was a Freudian slip. You said breaking cameras instead of breaking ground, but never mind.
Well,
I'm not breaking cameras. This is online.
Yeah, well, not breaking cameras at all. Thank you for clearing that up.
Pleasure.
So it has been a pleasure with you today, Todd.
Thank you, sir. Always. Nice to come in. And yeah, as I said, I'd like to spend some more time on it and play with it a bit in manual. I mean, I think from what it can do auto, you know, I can't imagine, you know, what it can get done manually when you can start tweaking with things. But I often find an auto white balance for me is generally not something I ever want to play with, right? But for this, like,
it works.
It works.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Excellent. Thanks again for coming, Todd. Thanks to Panasonic for bringing this camera in. That's the HCX2000. It's brand new Panasonic. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, all the things.
You know what's good about a grab and go camera? You can grab and go.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.